Coucou Daniel, c'est Caroline de French Blabla.
Hey, I'm Philip. I'm from India.
Hi Daniel, my name is Memphis and I come from China.
Hello everybody, Vaslav is here. I'm from Russia.
Hi Daniel, this is Guillaume from Guillaume's English Podcast.
Hello, my name is Javier. I'm from Spain. I'm glad to collaborate with your podcast.
I simply read.
I mean, everybody does that, but that's how I do it, and for me it works.
Hello language enthusiasts, this is Daniel Goodson. Welcome back to my Fluent podcast, and this is the second part of my vocabulary related series. And in this episode, I wanna pass on the mantle to a very experienced English learner. This is a guy from Russia. It's Vaslav, and he has fantastic tips and tricks for you how you could learn vocabulary. So why not trying out something new, something different, in order to memorize a lot of vocabulary?
Hello everybody, Vaslav is here. I'm 36 years old. I'm from Russia. What I do to expand my vocabulary, I simply read. It is a very conservative method that working for me anyway. I read in my Kindle Fire HD. It has 8.9-inch screen, LCD screen. It can hurt your eyes if you do not dim it. But when you dim it, when you use the sepia mode, so-called, it's quite bearable for your eyes. So you can read about 2 hours in a row with no itching in your eyes. That's quite good, you know. And a very convenient feature of Kindle Reader is that you can press any words in a text, like, and there a dictionary window will pop out, and it will explain how it is pronounced, what it means, how many meanings a single word can have. Like there can be like immediately, at once, or without any intervening time or space. I'm just looking. It is the new Oxford American Dictionary. So, and then it will explain to you where that word is originated from, or where from Latin, from French. Usually, if a word isn't English, it's like in 8 cases of 10 it is Latin word, and sometimes it is French words. Like in 2 cases of 10, I haven't noticed any different languages as sources for English. Very rare words. Sometimes they're not that rare, especially when you speak about Latin words. In this way, I was able to expand my vocabulary to last time I measured it was 22,000 words. I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty convinced that that number is kind of what it is, because I was doing it for about 2 years. 2 years now. There is a website, testyourvocab.com. Anybody can use it, and it gives you 2 pages of words. You have to make your choice. You have to put a tick besides a word that the meaning of which you know for sure, and then it yields you a result. So I was doing it every 3 months for the past 2 years, and in average I've been learning about let's say 12 words a day. Of course, at first the pace at which I was obtaining learning words was pretty high. Now it has to slow down, no doubt about it, because less and less words that I encounter, I can say for sure that I never saw them. Many words are getting forgotten with the passage of time, of course, and I think that's kind of like a more dynamic process obtaining a bigger vocabulary for any student of English, because some words are getting forgotten. Some words you memorize some new words. So it's a dynamic process. The vocabulary it won't grow if you just stop learning, if you stop reading, if you stop practicing. It will diminish in size, that's for sure. So there is only two ways in learning your vocab, either up or down. So what I wanted to say also is that when you learn new words, you make new discoveries all the time. My latest discovery as a student was that I became aware that the letter combination EA before letter R never produces sound, the long E sound. It is always short E sound, like in fear, dear, steer. It is never fear, it is never dear, okay, etc., so on. So, this is it. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Thank you very much, Vaslav. And I took the test as well. I mean, at testyourvocab.com, and I had only 11,100 words. The last time I did the test, I got a way better result. I don't know why, but this time it seemed to me that the words were more difficult. I think that learning vocabulary by just reading is a simple but very powerful method, and I use this method as well. I also use sometimes my Kindle reader. What I like is that you can switch on the function called Wordwise, and then it indicates you sometimes additional explanations of a word, and that way it helps you to understand a lot of words without looking it up. So that's basically it for today, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. And just before I turn off the recordings, I want to show you a short excerpt from my favorite podcast called Horror Movie Podcast, and over there I got mentioned, and that was so hilarious. I was thrilled as I was listening up to it. But see for yourself.
Yes.
We've had just a lot of awesome listener comments lately that I wanted to shout out. Just people are really, really kind, and we really appreciate their support of us.
Yeah.
Here's one that I thought was even more amazing. This is from Daniel Goodson in Switzerland. Daniel says, "You are my top one English learning source because you are dead serious about it."
Oh, that's so nice. I hope we're not leading him astray.
Yeah, so we're going to try much harder, Daniel.
Yeah, seriously.
Now that we know people are listening to us to learn English. So, and then I also want to give a shout out to Jody Branham and Greg